There we go. What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Taj Longino Show 2022, baby. I told you we coming back first of the year, top of the year, and this is how we kicking off the show. Tonight, we're going to be discussing one of my favorite topics, the NBA. We're going to be discussing LeBron James and what's going on with him and the LA Lakers. We're going to talk about Scottie and versus Mike. Which I know is kind of still of a old topic, but I haven't had a chance to discuss it on the show. So we're going to talk about Scottie versus Mike. We're going to talk about Zion Williamson, the return of Kyrie Irving, the retirement of Dirk Nowitzki. We're going to talk about how the three-point shot has helped and hurt the game. We're going to talk about it all right here on the Taj Longino Show. Also going to talk about Russell Westbrook. We're going to talk about the Bucks, and we're just going to talk about the state of the NBA. If you want to join in, by all means. It's my first time actually using this platform. So I'm pretty sure if you're a guest, I'll see you and then I can add you in and we can have a discussion about what's going on today in the NBA. But first, I just happened to see something on social media on WAC 100's page about one of the biggest DJs in the game. His name is DJ K Slay. Apparently, DJ K Slay has COVID and has had COVID for over 14 days. And according to WAC 100, which, just based on what he said on his post, is that it's not looking good for K Slay at the moment. So keep K Slay in your prayers and, let's pray that he get, come out of this. Um, First, man, I just want to tell y'all, man, thank you and welcome for joining me, on this new season of the Taj Longino Show. Updates, as you see, wake up, goddamn it. The merch is available. The merch is available. So you can go on wakeupgoddammit.com. That's WAKE. All right. And that's GOT, not GOD. All right. Wake up, goddammit, .com and get your shirt, get your hoodie. For those that's in the winter like I am, get you a beanie. All right. And if you're still in the warm weather, get you some slides or something. But everything's available. This season on the Taj Longino Show, we're going to discuss everything. We're going to do more. Of course, we're going to do the celebrity interviews, but we also going to get back engaged with the people, and that's what this segment, this first show was about. Opening up the phone lines, opening up people being able to come in and discuss controversial topics, entertaining topics, and serious topics as well. Next week, we plan on having somebody that's going to come on to the show who's going to educate us. All right, because that's what we do right here. We educate through entertainment. It's going to educate everybody and inform them on the importance of life insurance. Okay, too many celebrities, as you know, and just too many people. Just people in general don't have this life insurance set up. Okay, so when they pass on, their family's left with the burden of their bills, financial responsibilities, what have you. So it's going to come on the show. We're going to talk about, the need for you to have life insurance. All right. So until we get somebody in here, we're just gonna go ahead and just go on now. I wanted to kick off. I wanted to find a way to kick off the show with something entertaining and crazy and something I love to talk about, which is basketball. Basketball is one of my passions, one of my first loves. All right, and I grew up in the 80s era. You know what I mean? I'm a 79 baby, and I grew up in the 80s. And I was a Michael Jordan fan, Chicago Bulls fan, Phil Jackson fan, Scottie Pippen fan. Uh, Scottie Pippen from a basketball standpoint. Scottie Pippen fan. And, I come from the era where, you earned your points. People just didn't let you have points. They didn't just let you come into the lane. They just didn't let you do these things. You had to earn your points. If you was a good player, you was a good player because your game had, the way defense was played, the way the game was played. If you was a good player, you definitely earned that. All right. So it wasn't no gimmies. It wasn't no I'm looking out for you because you're trying to win the rebound title or you're trying to win the scoring title. You're trying to win the 3-point. I mean the triple double crown or whatever, what have you. It wasn't none of that. You had to earn yours. You had to earn yours. And we played defense different. It was up in your face. It was bumping you, banging you. You know what I mean? It was textbook hard nosed defense. You was gonna earn you. What no 6'9", 100 soaking wet pound person waiting for you in the lane. It was somebody that was solid, like a Karl Malone, almost 300 pounds, pure muscle, waiting for you to come in that lane. There was a Patrick Ewing, Akeem Olajuwon, a David Robinson, a Shaquille O'Neal, Otis Thorpe, uh, 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 um, Anthony Mason, Xavier McDaniel, Jerome Kersey, Kevin Duckworth. It was players. It was AC Green. It was the Dream. It was James Worthy. It's Kevin McHale. You was going into that lane, and you knew you could possibly catch problems. Because the players that were in there were not there to let you have any freebies. You had Charles Barkley. Physical people and built and big, not just 7 foot and 150 pounds standing in the lane. That's no threat to you. But when you got somebody like a Charles Barkley, you got somebody like a Patrick Ewing that you got to keep going into that lane, Charles Smith. You got people like that you got to go into Anthony Mason, as I said before. You got people like that, Larry Johnson, Alonzo Mourning. These are points you earned because when you went through that paint, it wasn't no it wasn't no knick-knack fouls. It wasn't no just letting you have a layup or letting you have a dunk. You was gonna earn it. You was gonna take a hit. You was gonna take an elbow. You was gonna take a push. You were going to earn them buckets. So when they defined you as a good player, that's exactly what you was, because your skill set showed it. It allowed it, because you were going up against some of the toughest defenders of all time. And I ain't even mentioned the dirty boy Detroit Pistons. I ain't even talk about them. That's an obvious one. But now when I look at the league, I'm not excited. I'm not happy. The only time, excuse me, the only time I actually get excited is when I'm watching the Golden State Warriors. And the reason why that is because Golden State is exciting to watch. They are what basketball is about. No, now they play small ball. They're not a real physical team. They're a finesse team, but they do what basketball is about. Meaning, the ball, they actually have set plays. I don't know how many times I've watched games. I watched one the other night with the Pacers. Forgot who they was playing. Who was they playing last night? It don't even matter. I didn't waste time watching it. I probably watched 5 minutes of it and kept it moving because it just wasn't exciting. It wasn't fun. I didn't get nothing out of watching them run up and down the court, passing the ball around, had open wide. Your lane is wide open. And instead of taking the layup or the dunk and creating a highlight reel, you pass it out for a three, an ill-advised three. And, once you see that for about 5 minutes straight, up and down the court, back and forth, it's turned into a three-point contest. This is not about setting screens, backdoor screens, pick and rolls, actual plays, players with individual moves. There's only a few players left in the league who actually have their own individual move, like a Stephen Curry, like a Kevin Durant, like a Kyrie Irving, like a James Harden. A lot of these players don't have individual moves. They can't back you down in the post and make a spectacular play out of it and turn into a spectacular play. They only got one move. That is to run around until they come up with a three-pointer. And that actually is just not exciting for me anymore. I want excitement. I want to feel the thrill of the game, and you really only have that when you're going up against the Warriors. The Chicago Bulls, of all teams who have not been at the top of their been at the top for a very long time, has now brought that fire back. They are exciting to watch. they put together a group of guys who are not selfish. Okay, now they understand the team chemistry, team ball, passing that ball around. They like to run, they like to gun. They got a hell of a point guard, Alonzo Ball. He finally found a group of guys that fit what he does, and he's able to just do it. He's able to play and play freely without the pressure being put on him, without the spotlight on him. He could just now go out here and play ball and have fun. And that's all you're seeing them do is have fun. They run up and down. They're creating highlight reels. You got DeMar DeRozan, who's hitting game-winning shots back to back. You have what the basketball is all about, and that's what I like to see. I do not like to see a bunch of damn people run up and down the court, just passing the ball around, trying to catch a three, trying to just find a 3-point shot, or you got some guys out there trying to relive the glory days. You know what I mean? That's not what basketball is about. And this, to me, is why, even though basketball has evolved into an international game, this is why the game also, in my opinion, is suffering. It's suffering. The viewership is down. The attendance is down. It might look good in certain states and certain cities, but for the most part, it's down. And why is that? Is because there's nothing that you're watching. You're not watching anything. They're not even running any set plays. Then, you don't know what you're getting when you're watching these things. I couldn't tell you half the people in the league now. I don't watch them. I couldn't tell you who's playing on half these teams. I don't even know where half these players came from. That's the real question. Where half of them even come from? Because I don't know where they come from, what they're doing. Everybody's doing the same exact thing. And unless you're a Damian Lillard, unless you're a Stephen Curry, everybody's shitting on Ben Simmons. But here's the one thing about Ben Simmons that you can't shit on. He has his own game. And if maybe he's not a shooter, but maybe if he can just get to the lane, maybe but he still has his own individual. Embiid has his own individual game. Giannis, Greek freak, has his own individual game. Giannis is from that era. He's from that a hard-nosed basketball, in-your-face defense. Whether he gets dunked on or not, he always getting dunked on. But he comes from that. He may not have been born in that time, but he embodies that. And I just don't see where the league, once LeBron leaves, once James Harden, they're all starting to be on the backside of their career. Who's going to step up? Trae Young is nice. But he's still just a guy who dribbles and shoots a three-pointer. He'll take it to the hole. Here and there. But who really do you see that's going to take over the game of basketball and be the face of the league and take the league to the next level after LeBron? Who do you really see that's going to step up and be able to do that night in and night out on a high level and also be able to entertain at the same time? Who has the capabilities? Who has the skill set? Who has the maturity? Who has the team around them? Who actually could do it? And I don't see anybody that can do it. KD's not the face of the league. KD's not the face of the league. Kyrie's not the face of the league. Steph could do it, but Steph is, I think, is in his 30s now. He's not going to be the face of the league. So who's going to be the face of the league? Devin Booker? I don't even think he wants it. I think he just wants to play basketball. So who's going to take the game to the next level? Who could really do it? Now, the Lakers, we're going to get to them in a minute. They were trying to build a team around AD, but I don't even think AD wants that. I don't think AD wants that. I don't think AD wants to be the man like that. I don't think AD wants to be the leader. I think AD is okay playing his role. I mean, that's what I get when I watch AD. I don't think AD wants that responsibility. That is a huge responsibility. That is a huge commitment. And not a lot of people want that commitment. Not a lot of people even want to deal with all that. Not a lot of people want to deal with all that. So I'm not sure where the league is going. I'm not sure what their goal is, but I just I don't see it. I don't think the players really care about the game like that. Um, I think the players are more concerned with everything around basketball than the actual sport itself. I think the players are more concerned with being a celebrity, earning the money, and living the lifestyle of being an NBA player versus actually wanting to win championships, wanting to build the game up. I don't see that in a lot of people. Now, I had this on one of the things I was going to talk about tonight, and he was actually second on my list. But I'm gonna go ahead and bring him on up into this conversation now while I'm talking about it. Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson was supposed to be next, but he clearly is showing. And when everybody was down talking Zion Williamson, I was standing up for the brother. I was like, man, get a young man a chance. He's young. He's young in his league. He's trying to find his way. He ain't even played a game yet. This is before Zion Williamson even has stepped onto the NBA court for the first time. And people were downing him. They weren't even giving him a chance. And I was on Instagram speaking up on behalf of him, giving him that chance. He deserves that chance like anybody else. Allow him to come in and do what he do, put some paint where it ain't. He's a left-hander. He's big. He's fast. He's quick. He's explosive. He can jump. That's something different. That's something different. We haven't seen that. So give him a chance. But what has he done? Up until this point, he's proven everybody right. His body's not holding up. He's not taking care of his body. He doesn't seem to care to play in New Orleans anymore. So he doesn't have the drive, the motivation, determination to get himself into a diet that's going to get his weight down, a workout that's going to get his work down. He easily could call LeBron and get the person LeBron's working with. It's a lot of things that he could do that he's not doing. I don't know. Actually, let me not say what he's not doing. Based on what I'm seeing, he can't be doing what he should be doing if he's not back on the court. He was supposed to be back on the court in December. He has not returned to the floor. And they said tonight on ESPN, they reported there is not even a timetable for when he's returning. Not a timetable. So I'm not really sure what's going on with Zion Williamson, why he's not putting forth the effort to get his body in shape to where he can get back on that floor and be a threat that he can be. Because I do believe Zion Williamson could be the face of the league. He could be that next one to take the game to the next level because he's big, he's fast, explosive. He's left-handed. But I don't think right as of right now, how long Zion been in the league? What, 2 years? He hasn't even played a full season. And, the more time goes on, it's just going to get worse and worse. So I don't know. I don't know where the league is headed. I know the young man. I don't know his name. Excuse me. I don't know his name. I should know his name. Plays for the Memphis Grizzlies. I saw a highlight of him one day and said, I'd be damn. Let me see. Hold on. I should have this information already. I do not. Are they even playing tonight? No, they're not even playing tonight. They're not even playing tonight. Let me see. Here he is. Yeah. Like I said, Josh Moore. Yeah, he's a monster. Now, he's somebody who's coming into the league, who's showing passion, who's showing, he's showing that he wants it, that he wants to be a part of this league, that he wants to make an impact, that he wants to stand out. He's making a huge impact in this league, and I'm definitely liking, what I'm seeing. I've not seen him play a full game. I don't know what he looks like playing a full game, but I do know based on just the highlights that I've seen and the stats that that he's put up, um, that he definitely has what it takes to be successful in today's game. And when it's not that difficult, honestly, if you just put forth a little effort, you can be successful in today's league because, people just not really, I told you that today's league is just not that competitive. People are not putting forth a whole lot of effort. When putting forth a whole lot of effort just to even be good. So it don't take a lot to be good in today's game. But if you want to be great, if you want to be elite, if you want to be named along with some of the greats of the history of basketball, then there's some things you're going to have to do. There's some things you're going to have to do. And I think if we can get that in the next class of players, I think we'd be okay. It's not that it's not any good players in the league. It's not that we don't have superstars in the league. I just feel like um, from a night in, night out basis, you just don't have players leaving it all on the floor. You just don't have enough players in the league that really care about today's the NBA and today's game and what they can bring to it. I just think here, from what I see and when I watch a lot of games, even when I'm not, I tell you, I don't even watch them long enough unless, like I said, unless it's Golden State, unless it's Chicago, or I may even watch Phoenix. I like Phoenix. But when you watch them, you could just tell, you could tell that the passion is not really there at the level it should be. But let me just get on down to my list of things that I was going to talk about tonight. All right. First of all, congratulations to Dirk Nowitzki. All right, Dirk Nowitzki is getting his number retired tonight by the Dallas Mavericks. Congratulations to him. They're playing against Golden State tonight, and I'm not even sure what the score is to the game. I had it up on one of my minty phones that I have. Hold on, let me see here. What's today? Wednesday? Well, it's a close game. Right now, it's a close game with the Golden State Warriors. It's early, still early in the second quarter. 10 minutes to go. And Dallas Mavericks is up 27-26. All right. And speaking on the Nets game and the return of Kyrie Irving, the Pacers are up, oddly enough. I'm surprised, but they're up 49-42 against the New Jersey Nets. But congratulations to Dirk Nowitzki getting his number retired tonight in Dallas against the Golden State Warriors. No better game than do it than against the Golden State Warriors. And just to go over a little bit about Dirk Nowitzki and what he brought to the game of basketball. He's one of those players that I spoke about when I spoke about a guy who had the drive, who had the passion, who had the determination, who had the skill set, who had the heart to play this game and play it at a high level. And the strange thing about Dirk Nowitzki was 7 foot, 7 foot tall. He played both positions, played the power forward and the center, but he wasn't fast. He wasn't quick like that. But he had a jumper that you couldn't do shit with. He had a jumper you couldn't do nothing with. I don't give a damn what you tried to do. I don't care what defense you couldn't do nothing with. Dude wasn't blocking this shot. It was a tilt. It was a. He probably, no matter which, if he was on the low block, when he caught the ball, it was like a step back with the knee up. He's already 7 foot, and then it was just wet. And out of his extensive career, I think it was 18 years with the Dallas Mavericks. He got one championship. That was in 2011 against LeBron James. Yeah, against LBJ and the Miami Heat. I think they won that series 4-1 or 4-2. Either way, they won the series. Don't really matter. One thing I liked about that series, excuse me for having to keep doing that. One thing I did like about that series, Dirk Nowitzki wanted it. Dirk Nowitzki was a dog that year. Dirk Nowitzki wanted that championship, and he wasn't giving that shit away. He wasn't handing it over to LeBron for no reason at all. There was nothing that Miami he could do to stop Dirk, to stop Jason Terry, to stop the Dallas Mavericks. There was nothing they could do. Dirk wasn't losing that year. Now, I don't know what happened the year after that. I do not remember. But what I do remember about that championship year, he played like a winner. He played like a winner. And he was locked in. You could tell he was extremely focused the entire season. Going into the playoffs, you saw it. You knew something was happening in Dallas that year. It was just their year, wasn't nothing nobody could do about it. They wanted it and they took it. See, nobody's going to give you nothing in this game. Nobody's going to give you nothing in life. You got to take what you want. And Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks took that championship from Miami. Now, let's just go over a few things about Dirk Nowitzki. He was a 98 draft pick. He went in the first round, 9th pick overall. He averaged 20 points, 7.5 rebounds, 2.4 assists in his career. 12-time All-NBA, 14-time All-Star, 14 all-time All-Star appearance. But one of the things I liked about the stat line that I read about Dirk Nowitzki was during the 2004 through the 2006 season, he averaged his most points he ever averaged in his career, and that was 26 points. He stepped his game up. And it just showed you, Dirk Nowitzki didn't go jump from team to team. He didn't go bounce around all around the world to win championships. Dirk, just like Kobe, just like Mike and Scottie, won their championships at home. They won their championships where they started. They didn't have to go leave, then come back to win the championship. They didn't have to go team up with anybody to go win a championship. They toughed it out at home and they got it done. And that's what I respect. Salute, congratulations to Dirk Nowitzki. You deserve it much. I honestly thought Dirk could pull off another one or two championships. It did not happen. However, he made his mark, though. He didn't leave out of this league without a ring. A lot of players do. A lot of great players leave out of the NBA without a ring. Dirk Nowitzki wasn't one of them. He earned his ring. He took his ring. He wanted his ring, and he got it. Congratulations. We already touched. I'm moving right along. We already touched on Zion Williamson. Is Zion dead? Is he done? I don't think he's done, but I do believe that if he doesn't change his attitude, if he doesn't change his mental preparation towards the game and his physical health, he is not going to last in this league long. And he hasn't been in the league long enough to make the money to where if the NBA gets rid of him or, teams just don't want him and he's out of the league, that he could just do that. He don't got LBJ money. He don't got, Stephen Curry money. So he needs to play. He not only to earn a living, but he also needs to play just to show us that it wasn't a waste of time. That it wasn't a waste of time. You got, LeBron James' son is coming along. You got Scottie Pippen's son is coming along. Shaquille O'Neal's son is coming along. Dwayne Wade's son is coming along. You got some other stars who are coming into the league, and they want their spot. They want their spot. So Zion is going to be the face of the league. Zion is going to be one of the names that we talk about season in through season out. Then he needs to make a change, and if he doesn't, he will be done. Kyrie Irving, as we spoke about earlier, Kyrie Irving has returned to the New Jersey Nets. Part-time though, part-time. Yeah, it's not a full-time They ain't bringing him back full time. Put him on the clock, man. He's only part time. He's a part timer. All right, but he's back with the Nets tonight, going up against the Indiana Pacers. Going up against Indiana Pacers right now. Let's see where we're at. Pacers are up 56-48. Let's see what the stat line is looking like right now for the big three of New Jersey. Kevin Durant, 7-11. 7-11 field goals, 1 of 2 from 3-point. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 18 points. Kyrie Irving, 3 of 7. He has not attempted a 3-point shot yet. 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 8 points. James Harden, 2 of 7, 0 for 2 from the 3. 1 rebound, 6 points. So, not low productivity, but still early in the game. Still got some time now. Sabonis is one of my favorite players because Sabonis, he reminds me a lot of his dad when his dad played for the Portland Trail Blazers, and physical. Now, his dad wasn't really fast. He was a real big guy, but he could shoot, he could pass, he could defend, and he's one of those people that I'm talking about. When you went through the lane, he was worried about how you was worried for a second because big guy, you get hit by him, he was going to feel it. When that time he got home, he was going to feel that. So, Sabonis 4-7, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 13 points. Holiday 2 of 3 for 5 points. Miles Turner 1 of 3 for 3 points. I've never really been a big fan of him. But right now they lead. They lead by 11. It's getting close to halftime. Let's see how this turns out. Now, question is, what does this mean for the New Jersey Nets? Well, anytime you can add a person that can produce 30 points a game, it's always a good thing. But here's the thing. He has to stay around in order to build a chemistry, kind of like they did in Golden State with Clay, Steph, and Draymond. You got to have. It takes time to build a flow. It takes time to trust and build the process. It takes time to build that camaraderie, and you're not going to get that overnight. You're not going to get that in 1 or 2 games. It takes time. And in order for that to happen, all three have to be healthy from COVID and physically just healthy, period. They have to have that in order to be successful. So I think the return of Kyrie is great because that brother's a walking basket. The brother's a walking basket, man. I mean, shit. Who the hell gonna stop him? His greatest move is the play. I don't know what team this was. I don't even know what player. Doesn't he? Probably good. I don't remember his name. But Kyrie was on the wing, in front of the bench, did a spin move, went baseline off 1 foot, went up 2 hands, and dunked on both them players. And as he was before he even hung on the rim and pointed to somebody in the stands, I said, "I'd be can't do shit with that guy, man." And that's exciting. That's the shit I like to watch. That's the type of basketball I'm talking about. Somebody who is creative, who never showed you the same move twice, whose basketball IQ is very high. But I don't know if Kyrie's going to be enough to get them over the hump. I don't think three's a mega elite superstars is what a team needs to win a title. I think you just take 1 or 2 players and you build a nice core roster around them. And that's what you do. Not saying that Kyrie can't be the missing piece, the missing link. It's definitely why. It's definitely one of the main top reasons why James Harden and Kevin Durant even went over there was because Kyrie did agree to play with them. But in order for them to be successful, he's got to stick around. So I don't know if the off the court issues, I don't know if it's the COVID, what it is with Kyrie. However, in order for them to be successful, he's going to have to stick around. Lance Stevenson. Lance Stevenson. I forgot about this one. I had this written down. Forgot about this one, but Lance Stevenson. Lance Stevenson's return to the Indiana Pacers. I think this is his third time coming back. But Lance Stevenson, man, is a class act. And when I mean by class act, man, for the town, for Naptown, for Indianapolis. People love him. They always have, they always will. He's silly. He's charismatic. He's high energy. He's going to do some things you don't agree with. Trust that. But in all, he gives you his all. And he's back for a 10-day contract with the Pacers. I honestly feel this just 10-day contract is so that he can retire a Pacer and walk away from the game of basketball. I don't think that he plans on, playing 4 or 5 years, another 4 or 5 years. He could. In today's game, you could damn near play till you're 60, But I think, this was his way to show his value, show what he can still do. And this was his way of being able to retire a Pacer, if that's what he wants to do. But yeah, Lance Stevenson is back again with the Pacers, and they need him. Honestly, they need him. That and because they don't have an identity. Lance Stevenson gives them an identity. Okay. They don't have without him, they didn't have it. So, they won the other night when he was there, and they're winning right now. It's because you have somebody like a Lance Stevenson on your team. Stevenson's like the East Coast version of Draymond Green. So when it comes to that attitude, when it comes to that energy, that emotion, that passion, that's what he brings to the game. And I think the city of Indianapolis needed something to get excited about when it came to the Pacers. And I believe this was it. This was the one thing, even all my friends, that live in Indianapolis, that's here in Indianapolis, that's all they've been talking about is Lance Stevenson. Because Lance Stevenson is exciting. He's exciting. And he's going to try his best. He's going to do something that's going to make you laugh, but, that's Lance Stevenson. So congratulations to him. 10-day contract with the Indiana Pacers. I think he's 2 or 3 games in, and we'll see how that turns out. All right. Moving right along. Where are we at? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that conversation for later. But let's talk about LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. They're in 7th place. They're 20-19, 13-10 at home, 7-9 on the road. They're 4 of their last 6. They're on a 3-game winning streak. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and I can't believe that just happened. They're on a 3-game winning streak. Hold on a second. All right, 3-game winning streak. And what does this mean for the lot? What's going on with LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers? Honestly, I can't really tell you. I think LeBron James is tired. I think he's exhausted. And as much as he's trying to stick around for his son so he can play with his son, I just do not feel like the Los Angeles Lakers is going to win another championship at all. This right here is clearly Golden State's year. They're going to do it again. I don't see nobody stopping them. Steph Curry's playing at a fucking, elite, high level is it's just being kind. But, the brother's playing unreal this season. So, with that being said, I think Golden State has the best chance to win the championship this year. I do not believe the Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks will repeat. I think they had an awesome year last year. And honestly, to be honest with you, had not been for Ben Simmons, the Milwaukee Bucks wouldn't have even won their championship. They even wouldn't have went to the finals. because Ben Simmons would have took care of business underneath that basket. Wouldn't even be having this conversation about a repeat, but they're not playing like NBA champions this year. They trade a few players, let a few players get away, and I just don't think they have enough to go back to back. It's going to take Giannis to score 50 damn near every night in order for that to happen, and I just don't see that happening. Milwaukee, they're a good team, but they're not a great team, and they're not an NBA caliber team. I don't see them going it back to back. I just don't see it. I mean, that's just it. I think Giannis is a great player. But I also feel like as great as he is, he's limited. Because Giannis to me only has one move. The Euro step. He doesn't really have another signature move that he can go to. I think he's limited. I think he's restricted. But I still think he's great in his own right. Takes care of his body. He's positive. He's upbeat. He plays hard every night. But I just don't think that he has enough. And I don't think the Bucks have enough to win back-to-back championships. I just don't. I think this is Golden State year. Klay Thompson is returning on Sunday. And when he returns, shit, he counts the Christmas, baby. I just don't see it. I just do not see it. I don't see nobody else beating him. I don't see nobody else stopping him. I just don't see it. That's just pretty much it. The Los Angeles Lakers, I'm going to go ahead and throw one of my other talking points was Russell Westbrook. Westbrook, I believe that a lot of people's giving Westbrook a bad rap because he always gets a bad rap. He always gets the blame. But I do not believe it's his fault and his fault alone. Should he be turning the ball over where he's doing? No. Should he make better decisions with the basketball? Of course. But is it all his fault? No. These Lakers collectively have let not only themselves down, they've let the team down, let the city down. They've let the city down, and the city has had enough of what they're watching. Yeah, they won three. They won the last three. That's good. Yeah, LeBron's doing a little bit of this and that, but it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. And if the Lakers do not fix the system, not the players, trading the players don't mean nothing. If the system is not fixed, if they do not fix the system, they're going to have a very difficult time trying to win a championship. Right now, Golden State, Chicago Bulls look like the matchup. I don't think LA fits into that at all. Okay. Now, another thing I want to touch on is the three-point shot. The three-point shot, has it hurt the league? I'm going to say hell yeah. I'm so tired of seeing people. I'm so tired of these fucking three-point shots, man. It's getting on my damn nerves. And I also went and looked up a stat. Now, I'm on teamrankings.com. According to teamrankings.com, I wanted to see how many three-pointers were shot in a single season. So, according to teamrankings.com, season 20 last year, it gives the total. Let's see. It can't be right. This is an attempt per game. Minnesota is at the top, and it's saying that they average 41 three-pointers a game. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Has the three-point shot hurt the league? Extremely. Because now that they think that's the only shot to get. They forget about the layup. They forget about, chipping away at the basket. Chipping away at the game when when you can go to the free throw line. Everything's a three-point shot. So I think most definitely the three-point shot hurt. The three-point shot is destroying the game because they feel like the further back I am, the better it is. And that's not necessarily the case. It's still a low percentage shot. And at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck if you shoot that shit out of New York City, baby. It's still just 3 points. 3 points is 3 points. 3 points ain't 5 points. So people need to understand that. So once we understand, once we get back to the essence of basketball, where it's move the ball around, get the best shot, whether it be a layup, dunk, or jumper. Let's do that. We're going to struggle with this league and trying to continue to get it to evolve if we're relying just on a 3-point shot to move the league. Now, last but not least, and I might say this because we didn't get a chance. I didn't get nobody on to get anybody a chance to talk about this with me because I need somebody to debate. But Scottie Pippen versus Michael Jordan. Scottie Pippen versus Michael Jordan. Scottie Pippen has been on a tear, just bringing his brother down. Um, saying he got a book coming out. Maybe it's for the book, but I'm gonna get into this another episode. But for the most part, I want to say like this: Scottie Pippen, you're a great player, hell of a fucking player. No, Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls could not have won one championship without you. But you, Scottie Pippen, you couldn't win one championship without them. And I feel like Scottie Pippen should not have utilized his opportunity to shit on Michael Jordan, to try to equal himself to Michael Jordan by saying he's just as great. You know, I don't know what's going on with Scottie. I know he had the book, brought the book out. I have not had a chance to read the book. I'm going to. I even put in for an interview request with Scottie Pippen. Hope I get it so we can have a conversation. But at the end of the day, a lot of stuff that Scottie Pippen did I don't agree with because you could have said it long before now. And I'm going to leave it at that. So I want to thank everybody for, joining me on the first of many, all right, the new season of the Taj Longino Show. And tonight I had a good time. Of course, nobody, we didn't get nobody to call in, but that's cool. No biggie. But I definitely enjoyed it. Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next week, know that we're going to be talking about life insurance. Life insurance, real deal. If you, I know my demographic. I know what we're supposed to be doing, and this is one of them. All right, so, definitely next week, life insurance, tune in. And then we got some other stuff, coming up, clothing line, interviews, and things of that nature. So stay tuned to the Taj Longino Show. Go on to the link in my bio on the IG and join everything you can. I appreciate it. Thank you. And see you next time. See you next week. Same time, same channel, same place. Wake up, God damn it.